EA Sports. It's in the game.
Break it down.
Welcome to the Sports Frenzy!
Do we have a fire extinguisher? Fire.
That was for Lansing, Michigan, because apparently when Michigan State wins something, we must burn couches and flip cars over. That just drives... I've never understood that, Tim. Why is it when a sports team wins a championship or wins something big, why we must go out to the streets and light couches on fire and burn... Why must we riot?
All right, I'm just going to say right here, I know a lot of Sparty fans, and I know those Sparty fans that I work with or are friends with and love. They don't do crap like that. It's the rest of Lansing we're talking about.
Good grief.
Yeah. So you win the big game. Everybody's excited that you beat Ohio State. And you burn Lansing down.
That just is ridiculous. I've never understood that. I almost dread seeing a sports team win a championship because you're just like waiting to watch the news and, oh, in this city they just won the Stanley Cup. Oh, but what do you know? Now we're setting cars on fire and couches and blah blah blah.
It's crazy, insane, and I think who was it? Was it you that I was talking to that said somebody was actually holding up a sign that said, now it's time to burn the couches or something? It's like they think it's a joke now. They think it's funny to do that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I don't know who said that, but yeah, it's...
Maybe I saw it on ESPN or one of those. Somebody was holding up a sign that said Rosebud bound, and I think somebody else was holding up a sign that said time to burn the couches or something like that. Really? You're making fun of that?
Oh, and they're actually looking for all the people responsible for that.
This is college football, people. College football.
There is a Lansing PD is they have a $20,000 reward. Yeah, it's 5/17. I have it right here. Has a picture.
Well,
yeah.
And to make this worse, Rose, they were filming it and putting it on YouTube and stuff. So they're looking at YouTube videos to see the people that are doing it too.
Yeah. Well, there's a $20,000 reward for information on people who caused destruction in East Lansing after the Michigan State-Ohio State game.
It's like what is it? What do they call that? Detroit burns during Devil's Night, and then it's like Lansing burns every time State wins a game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Come
Absolutely.
on, people, get real, would you?
Ugh. Anyways.
All right.
Enough with that, anyways.
So how goes it, Rose?
It goes pretty good. It's going excellent right now because speaking of the Michigan State-Ohio State game,
Whatever.
I won 3-2 this week.
Should we do like what do they do in wrestling when they get the chants going? You sold out. You sold. You sold out. You sold out.
Now, in 5 years, 4 years? I'm sorry, 4 years of doing Sports Frenzy. Have you ever once heard me say, "Go Michigan State"? Yes, go, go, go. No.
Rose just turned heel on us.
The only time you've heard me ever say that is for this game, and that's because, like I said, my hatred for Ohio State tops Michigan State's hatred.
I have to be careful. Before the end of this segment, I might get a chair.
That's fine.
As Rose turns heel. No, you might hit me with a chair if you're turning.
Oh, no. As you can see, I still have my Michigan garment.
No, that just brings me to another point. And again, my friends that are Sparties are blameless for this, but so I was reading it online. There was people complaining, saying, "We don't want Michigan support. We don't want Michigan fans supporting us this weekend. If you're supporting us, you're just jumping on the bandwagon." So that is why I said, plain and clear as day, and I made it clear on the Sports Frenzy blog. I made it clear on the Twitter feed. The coach here did not watch the game. Didn't care who won. I deferred our pick. It cost me the title. I didn't care. I truly did not care. So there you go. I didn't jump on no bandwagon, Sparties.
Apparently I did, but I really don't care.
Bandwagon jumper.
I am just happy to see Ohio State is not going for the national championship because that just would have infuriated me even more. So, anyways, that's enough with our rants. Apparently we're on a rant night here tonight.
And you also you might have noticed that we're filming on Monday again. And it wasn't because of technical difficulties. It was just I was tired last night, and I looked it. And no amount of makeup would have made me look any better, so I was very sleepy.
Okay. That's okay.
So I apologize to everybody for not having this ready today, but I just couldn't do it last night.
That's okay. We forgive you.
All right, let's get to those recaps.
Yes, let's do it here. Let's do it.
NHL hockey. We have the Detroit Red Wings over the New Jersey Devils, 3-1.
Those Ducks. Quack. Quack.
Quack.
Quack. The Ducks defeat the Chicago Cathy Blackhawks 3-2 in a shootout. Shootout.
On to some college basketball. We have Carnegie Mellon over Adrian College, 70-44.
Not
I got
over.
a little bit.
Not over, an annihilation.
I got a little bit of information on this from the Sand Creek legend, Jason Boring, and he informs me that Adrian College has had a bunch of guys quit. We don't know why, but it has had a bunch of the basketball team quit. So, I don't know. Maybe we can get a reporter out there or something to get us a story.
Hey, there you go.
Reporter.
Reporter. Once our budget gets bigger.
I'll have to pull some strings, see if anybody we know can get us some information out there.
I mean, it could be something as simple as they don't like the coach. It's interfering with their education. You never know.
I don't know, but yeah, that's interesting. So there you go. I guess they're in a rebuilding process.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good year, I have a feeling, for them.
Doesn't look that way.
One of our...
That will affect my future picks.
Hey, there you go. One of the upsets of the week here we have coming to you right now. Baylor upsets third-ranked Kentucky, 67-62.
Wow. We have the Toledo Rock. Oh, were you going to say something more there, Rose? Sorry.
That was it.
We have the Toledo Rockets over Robert Morris. I was about ready to call him the Toledo Morris or Toledo Robert.
Toledo Robert.
Toledo Rockets over Robert Morris, 88-77.
Northwestern defeats Western Michigan, 51-35.
The Michigan Go Blue Boys had no problem with Houston Baptist, 107-53. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Right there, you can see it. Go Blue. Back it up just a little bit, Rose. There you go.
Sorry.
Forward a little bit. Forward. No, now back.
Wisconsin defeats Marquette, 70-64.
We have Colorado over Kansas.
Yes, upset. Another one.
Oh, I called that one.
Yes,
didn't
you
I?
did. That was the coach's.
75-72.
That's the coach's upset right there.
Coach's upset special. Wow, sweet.
Good work. Good work.
Every now and again, I get lucky.
Hey, it works. We have NBA action. The Detroit Pistons defeat the Roseless Bulls 92-75.
We have the Houston Rockets over the Warriors. That is 105-83. And the other big game of the week, woohoo! This was a big one. This was my big game of the weekend.
Do you watch this game?
I wasn't televised. I couldn't watch it, but I kept my eyes on it.
Hey, there you go. The Indiana Pacers defeat the San Antonio Spurs 111-100, and that was one of your
3-point bonus games.
So you picked the Pacers, you got 3 points.
It was as good of a game as I expected it to be. So I was bummed that wasn't on TV. I wanted to see that game so bad. All right. We have a few college football games left. A few games being played this weekend. We have UCF. I always want to call them UFC.
I figured out who that is. It's the University of Central Florida.
Yes, we did figure out who that was. And we figured out who it was Friday on the Frenzy pick. Dog came over with the Sand Creek Legend, and he looked it up on his cell phone for us. So I was going to tell you that, but you were ahead of us on this one.
I actually went to a restaurant, and they had the game up there. I'm like, oh, that's who UCF is.
Anyway, UCF defeated SMU. This was a very high-scoring game, 17-13. Now remember, this is football.
Yes, this is college football. And Michigan State Spartans defeat Ohio State 34-24, and that was your other 3-point bonus game.
Was anybody watching that game? I think so.
I was bowling.
You were bowling?
I was. I bowled a 120.
Is that good?
Cared.
Did you do good?
No.
Any gutter balls?
Yeah.
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 Do you smack them as hard as you used to? Make the pins fly?
Yep. Pins a flying.
Yeah. I've gone bowling with Rose a few times. It was kind of fun. He'd bowl as hard as he could just to see how hard he could get the pins to fly.
Yep.
Pretty funny at times.
Hey, it works sometimes. You hit those pins hard up and they just explode.
Here's another one of your upsets. I heard this one on the radio. They said this was an upset. because Oklahoma actually wasn't supposed to beat Oklahoma State.
No, well, Oklahoma
So we have-
State was home too.
Yeah, we have Oklahoma over Oklahoma State, 33-24, and that was another upset game.
Ooh, NFL action. Roll it! Oh, Ron wants here.
All right, this is you.
I had to get my
Yeah, refreshing up a little bit.
refresh, moisturize the
Freshen up.
larynx. The Denver Broncos destroyed the Tennessee Titans 51-28.
Now, was that game being played in the snow?
It
Was it
in-
snow? I think it
in
was-
Denver. It was.
It was
little
snowing
bit-
in Denver, yeah.
It was snowing, but nothing like the East Coast.
You want to talk about a snowy game? That's this next game here.
The
The
snowball.
Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is football at its finest, folks. This is old school football right here. They had at least 6 inches of snow on the ground. There's a couple of very cool shots I think I put on the Facebook page of Megatron. Real close-ups. He's got his whole mask is just nothing but
Yep.
packed snow. This was crazy fun. Even though the Lions did lose, this would have been a crazy fun game to play in, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Lions lost to the Eagles 34-20. And me and Roger Schoonover were talking about this morning, and Roger Schoonover said, what did the Eagles do? Go in at halftime and break out their winter cleats? Because they were a completely different team in the second half.
Yeah. Especially that fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, it was like they just figured out how to play in it or something.
They
but
probably had like foot-long spikes on their shoes.
it was a fun game to watch though, because I mean it really took a lot of elements out. Because the Lions went for one field goal and the snow played a factor in it. The kicker had to kick it so low that it got blocked.
Well, when you're kicking in the snow to begin with, I mean, you're going to be kicking the snow before you kick the ball. That would be very hard.
Well, and that was the interesting part, was that before kickoffs and before that field goal, you saw like the whole offensive or defensive line kicking snow, trying to make a path for the kicker to get a good kick, and but it was a fun game to watch, and I mean it was funny. You saw a few touchdowns, and you saw the guy jump in the end zone. He starts making a snow angel, and
I just thought it was very cool to see an actual real football game for a change.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to see games like this anymore because a lot of teams have arenas now. So it was cool to see an actual snow game being played. I loved it. It was awesome.
I bet teams though wish that the game would have been played in Detroit. in Ford Field. I bet they were freezing cold. So
yeah.
Anyways, next game we have the Cincinnati Bengals over the Indianapolis Colts, 42-28.
And our final game this week, the Kansas City Chiefs over the Washington Redskins, 45-10. And apparently in this game there was 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Well, that was another point in the Lions game. I got to give the Lions return man there, I think his name's Ross. He returned a punt and a kickoff for a touchdown. So I also want to give heads up there for Hillsdale next week. Hillsdale, you will be making your first entrance onto the Frenzy sheet.
Oh boy.
So, I shouldn't say the first. I think we've had Hillsdale on here before.
We've had Hillsdale before. I think they played Madison or something in football, but this is first for basketball and first for our friends over in Hillsdale.
Right there it is. Hillsdale versus Madison. There it is for next week. So, get prepared, Hillsdale.
All right.
We haven't forgotten about you.
No, we haven't.
Oh, let's see. Information. While we're going with the upset thing going on here, we got. We'll start with upsets of the week. College basketball. 20th ranked Baylor upsets 3rd ranked Kentucky 67-62. Colorado upsets 6th ranked Kansas 75-72. Missouri defeats 18th ranked UCLA 80-71. And Illinois State upsets 25th ranked Dayton 81-75. In football, we have Bowling Green upsets 14th ranked Northern Illinois 47-27. 10th ranked Michigan State defeats 2nd ranked Ohio State 34-24. And as we also reported on this, 17th ranked Oklahoma upsets 6th ranked Oklahoma State 33-24. In baseball news, we have a couple signings. The Yankees are going to be losing a few players here. The Seattle Mariners have signed Robinson Cano for a 10-year, $240 million contract. Apparently, they don't know that you shouldn't do that. As the Tigers, and apparently Cano and the Yankees were about 80 million apart from each other, but the Yankees don't want to get into another long-term contract because they also have drawing a blank right now. Rodriguez, who has 4 years left on his contract and is very questionable next year for his year of suspension that he may be facing due to steroids. New York Mets, another Yankee player leaving. The New York Mets and free agent Curtis Granderson, former Tiger player too, have agreed to a 4-year, $60 million deal pending the outcome of a physical.
Wow.
So, so I don't know. I think that freed up some money for the Yankees.
Lots of baseball news going on.
Yes. And we have first NFL firing here. The Houston Texans, who own the league's worst record at 2-11, fired coach Gary Kubiak on Friday. And I think he posted something. He took out an ad.
Very classy guy. He took out an ad thanking everybody in the organization, the fans, the players. Said he had a great 8 years with all of them, and he was very, very sad to be going. But I thought that was very cool of him. You know, you don't see many coaches do that.
That was very, very classy of him.
Yep. Hopefully, he'll end up somewhere else in the future, and that this all wasn't his fault.
Let's see. We have the it was Bowl Selection Sunday, and we got some bowls announced. I'm only gonna try to hit the big four.
There's so many bowls. If you want the whole selected list, we'll see if we can find it and post it to the Frenzy page.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite ready last night when I saw some of them. I posted the ones I saw right away, but the whole list should be out now. We'll try and find that and post it for you.
Yep, I'm just going to go over, I think, about 5 of them. Of course, the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. I had a feeling Michigan was going to be going to this bowl. Michigan versus Kansas State will be the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. The Rose Bowl will be Stanford versus Michigan State. The Tostito Fiesta Bowl will be Central Florida versus Baylor. The All-State Sugar Bowl will be Oklahoma versus Alabama. And just a sec here. The Orange Bowl will be Clemson versus Ohio State. And your BCS National Championship game will be Florida State versus Auburn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next year, I believe, starts the playoffs. They'll have a couple game playoff, and it will be, I think, the top 4 teams in the nation will have a little mini playoff to decide who goes to the national championship game.
Yep.
So it'll be a fairer way of doing it, but of course there's still going to be controversy because you'll have that 5th and 6th team, I'm sure, saying, well, what the heck? Why don't we get in there? But not every team can go. At least it'll be a little bit fairer. So, you have anything?
Just that Bowling Green, for that big win upset they got, they're in the MAC game, which is the Detroit Little Caesars Bowl, I believe it is.
Uh-huh.
So that big win for them got them the Little Caesar Bowl.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. That's all I have.
Let's see. The few more news here. NFL news. The Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski is done for the season. It's been torn, or it's been confirmed he has torn ACL and MCL. So we'll see how soon he'll be coming back. Big congratulations goes out to Mike Ditka, former Bears coach and player. His number will be retired tonight at halftime at the Bears game.
Oh, wow. Cool. Congratulations, Ditka.
Let's see, 2-time Cy Young Award winner and free agent pitcher Roy Halladay will announce his retirement today in a news conference with the Toronto Blue Jays. He had to sign a one-day deal. To retire with the Blue Jays.
That seems to be becoming popular now, where a team will sign like a one-day deal with somebody, so they can come back and retire their number.
Yep. I think that's classy.
That's pretty cool.
Congratulations goes out to Matt Prater. He set an NFL record by kicking a 64-yard field goal.
Yes.
And that's for Denver. And Peyton Manning threw 4 touchdown passes to help the Broncos beat the Titans 51-28 and clinch the division title. Peyton Manning is 5 touchdowns shy
excuse me,
of breaking the season record for touchdowns in one season.
Wow.
And my last thing I have here, a little pro wrestling news. They usually do this the week of WrestleMania, but they have already announced where WrestleMania 31 will be.
Oh, yeah? Where's it going to be at this year?
It will be in the future home of the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara, California. That's where WrestleMania 31 will be in 2015. This year it's going to be in New Orleans. So.
All right. Very good. Lots of great stuff. Way to go, Rose. Good work. All right, everybody. Well, have a great week. We will see you again for the Picks edition. And Rose, enjoy your title.
I will.
Everybody have a great one. I'm the coach.
I'm Jamie.
And if you're not down with that,
we got 2 words for you.
Break it down. They generate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. They generate enough. think you could tell me